Hello there, you're welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to design a beautiful ebook cover. Okay, so we're going to be using CorelDraw. Now, when you want to design an ebook cover, when you're given an ebook cover to design, you need to make sure you've gotten every detail you need from the design brief. What I normally do is that when a client asks me to design an ebook cover, I'll send a questionnaire, and the questionnaire contains questions that will help me understand what the client actually needs from the project. So when the client ends up answering the questions, I'll get a clear knowledge or have a clear understanding of what he or she needs. Okay, so when I got this design project, this ebook cover design project, I was a bit confused because as a perfectionist, I was looking for the best way to present the idea of my client. You say the title is When Life Comes Opposite, so I was looking for what I'll use to illustrate this idea or pass this message, because when you're designing ebook covers, you're actually passing a message. It should be designed in a way that when someone picks the book cover or picks the book up, the book cover should be serving as a center of attraction. It should attract the person to the book, and when the person picks the book up, the book cover should also explain at a glance what the book is all about. So your ebook cover design should be captivating, attractive, and also informative. Okay, so I spent up to 4 days thinking of the best concepts to use in designing this, but at the end of the day, after thorough research, I used Google, I used YouTube, and at the end of the day, I was just looking for something, an illustration or an image, a perfect image to use. And on the 5th day, I had an idea, and I downloaded an image. I downloaded this image. This image you're seeing on the cover, I did not create it, I downloaded it. Let me show you. This is it here. I added it in the resources file or resources folder. You can also use it. Okay, so this is what I just used. Now, you need to know the size for your book cover design. I use A4 size. So if you're using CorelDraw, let's go to CorelDraw, open a new document and change it to A4, A4, A4. Okay, so this is A4 size. I'm going to give it a background. Now, you can double click here and the background will show, or you can come here on these tabs here and this thing line, double click on it. A new tab is going to open, then click on add page frame, click OK, it's going to open up and remove the outline. We are good. Okay, so let's go and import. Just copy this, you can drag it in, just drag it in. This is the image I used. You can see it's a high quality image. You can see how big it is. It's always good to get high quality image. It makes your work at the end of the day to be good. Okay, so brought it in, take it to page. Okay, so brought it in. Let me bring the sample we are trying to redesign. Let me get a sample. This is a good sample I use. Alright, so we're just trying to redesign this. Now this is what I did. This is what I did. It's very simple and straight to the point. Now I picked a color from this image. I just picked the color. You go to a color picker. This is a color eyedropper, and you pick this color. Pick the color. Now there's supposed to be a tab here, document palette. Let me see if I can bring it up. I'll go to Windows, color palettes, document palette, yeah, this is it. Document palette. Let me drop it here. Document palette is supposed to be here. So, trying to see if I can fit it in. Yeah, so it has appeared here. Thank you. Okay. I think these guys are not even supposed to be here. Let's see if I can shift this one. Okay, no problem. It's still cool. So I'll give the color, this color will just put, I'll give it to the background. Then I'm going to power clip this, right click, power clip into the background. Okay. can see how it is. Then I can hold Alt and click the image that's inside the background, then hold Shift and drag it at both edges. I just want it to have the same size with all half. I just want the edge to reach the both edges. Okay, that's why I am actually increasing it. Okay, so I think it's okay this way. I think it's okay. And I'll take it up a bit so that the author's name can be written below. Now if you look at it, you see that the top is not showing, like where the image started from is not showing, but the down part is showing the line of the image. So this is what I did. I just went into the power clip, edit power clip, and I used my transparency tool. Transparency tool, where are you? Sorry, I'm looking for the transparency tool. I don't know whether it's not checked here. Transparency tool, where are you? Active to fill out of shadow. Transparency tool. Okay, it's here. Sorry, I used to Corel 2021, that's why. Okay, so transparency to just blur the down part a little, just a little bit. I think this is cool. But let's see how it looks like finished editing. Yeah, this is how it looks like. People will hardly notice. Okay, so this was what I did. Exactly, this was what I did. Now the next night, now to put the text. Your illustration is okay. I chose this because I see that it illustrates something a little bit about it. Okay, so adding the text now. The font I used is Akira Expanded. Akira Expanded. Let me use capital letter. Let's start between life comes opposites. Alright, so let's give it white first. Let's choose the font Akira Expanded. Let's increase it. Alright, so as is my custom whenever I'm designing anything at all, whether it's flyer or cover, I like giving my design canvas a grid line so that the text won't pass the grid line. So let's just create a small box 0.5 by 0.5 inches. 0.5. Okay, this is cool. 0.5. I think I made this one 0.3. Let's go with 0.3. Yeah, 0.3 is cool. So you click on the box. Let's set the ruler. Hold Shift, click on the background. Press T stop and L for left. So it has fitted to this edge. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag this ruler to the side and drag this one to the side, so my text will not pass this guideline. Okay, so I'll click here, click on, make it full screen. Hold Shift, click on the background and press right to the right hand button B. So also set the ruler here and set another one here. Alright, so delete. Press save. Welcome. Good afternoon. So make sure you always remember to save your work. It's very important. Remember to always save your work. So let me save it as cover design. Save it. Okay, so let's go back to full screen. When life becomes opposite. Now I made opposite to have the larger size. So Ctrl K, let me break it apart. Alright, so after breaking it apart with Ctrl K, then we make opposite to have bigger size. I'll hold Shift and drag it. Make it to have the biggest size. Now position it at the center. I'll hold Shift, click on the background and press C. That's for horizontal center. Take it up with B2. So a tagline can be written underneath it. Then the columns also will go a little bit above it. So I'm going to increase it a bit. position it at the center, then we reduce this one. Alright, position this one to at the center. So let's take everything up to just meet the line above. Okay. Sorry, click also should click opposite and use the arrow to take it up a little. And make sure the spacing between them is equal. You can see they are almost equal. Alright, so the next thing I did was to change the color of life. Okay, I'll just pick this color in the sample here and it's going to add to my document palette. Then I'll highlight life and give it this color. Then the next thing I did was to change up the P in opposites. I'm just going to give the same amount of space that P should have occupied. I think this space is good. Then I'll duplicate this, Ctrl D, just highlight the text and type only P. I'll give P the same color and come here and flip it, mirror horizontal, flip it, then take it up and go close to make it look perfect. I'll hold shift click on the main text and press B to make sure they are all on the same line, and see that the spacing between O and P is not equal, so I'm going to adjust it a little, take it up a little bit. I think this is cool, this is perfect. So I'm going to group opposite and the P, Ctrl G, bring it down a little, just 2 steps down. It comes go down once, this one should go down 2 times or 3 times. I think, yeah, the spaces are equal, so I'll save. Then the subtitle is turning your disadvantages to advantage. Turning your disadvantages to your advantage. So let me quickly type it. Turning your this. Okay, I think the first letters are turning your disadvantages to your advantage. Alright, so I'm going to give this 1 terabyte. Let's use semi-bold. Semi-bold is like give it white and change the text to title case. Title case. Then I'm going to reduce the size. Just going to reduce it. I think this is good. Now place it at the center. Alright, so you center it, place it at the center. Okay, so let's go back to the author's name. I'm just going to duplicate this subtitle, Ctrl D, and I'll bring it down, and I'll type sorry about that. Let me double click on the subtitle and type the author's name, capital letter, prominence, promise. Then I'll increase the size a little. The size for the subtitle is 16.8, almost 17, so I'm going to give this 22. I hit enter and this at the center too. I'll make sure it doesn't cross this line. Okay, it's cool. Since I use semi-bold, I'm going to use bold for this. Montserrat bold will be good for this. Montserrat bold. Yeah, perfect. So this is it. I'm going to delete this. We're done designing. Let me delete this. I'll group it and we are done. I'll save it. This is what we designed. Now when you want to zoom in or make full screen, press, let me reduce it, F3, bring it here to the center, F4 will bring it to full screen, then F9, F9, sorry, I wanted to press F9. Alright, so this is it. We've come to the end of this tutorial. You can export. Once you're done, export. Let me export it. Okay, change it to JPEG and choose where I want to export it to. Desktop, beyond graphic design, cover design, export. Alright, it's exporting. It's exporting. Okay, so I'll I'll change the color mode to RGB because this will not be printed. It's just going to be viewed on screen RGB. So click OK. Let's see if it has exported. Let's go over here, and this is what we just designed. So this is all just designed, and here we come to the end of our tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.